Hello, Seeker, and welcome back to the Sword of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sword of Truth series, broadcasting from an alley, a remote alley, with dark craft beer on the side. I'm Nate, and I'm here with Jade and Aaron, and today we are murdering Chapter 44 of Temple of the Winds.
Wow.
Yeah, we're killing it.
Killing it, yeah.
Killing it dead.
You could hear the intensity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this chapter starts off hot. Spicy.
Hot, really? You're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, oh yeah. Dark alleyways at nighttime. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's my place.
Yeah. Well,
I won't yuck anyone's yum. You go for it, man.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just the creepy guy in like the background people. When you walk past the dark alleyway of the dude just standing there with a hat that kind of spooks you, but doesn't do anything. I do that.
it doesn't do anything.
Pays me to do that. Yeah.
You just have
I just like being there.
You have RCF, resting creep face.
Yeah.
And so when you got your hat pulled down a little bit, it's at night. So you got the street lamp, but it's the light coming down doesn't quite make doesn't light up your
like
face because of the hat.
Brim hat. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just kind of see the whites.
I got a face for radio. That's why we do this podcast.
I have I disagree. I married the face. So, anyways, I just want to say, I have a question about alleyways and you guys, because whenever I go past a creepy alleyway or like a dark alleyway in any kind of city, I'm aware it's a bad idea, but there's like this I was gonna say bigger than small part of me that's like, I want to go down there.
The intrusive thought.
Yeah. Does everyone have that when you see a dark alley that's creepy?
We used to hang out when we were younger in Grand Rapids, and there's a tunnel that goes under the freeway, and it's like probably, I don't know, it's over by Leonard area, kind of, but it's maybe 150 feet long, and then you get out to the other side.
This is a tunnel that cars can drive through, though, right? Am I thinking, this is a different tunnel.
No, it's under the highway.
Okay.
So you can cross the highway without having to go out to the road in either direction. I think
I know which tunnels you're talking about because they're kind of creepy, and I always assumed that there were people hiding in them, trying to sell me drugs or kill me.
Frequently,
one of those things
were people sleeping in them. But me and James would creep through them in the middle of the night because it's easier to do that than to go out on the highway or where cops might see two teenagers walking around at 1 a.m. and wonder what's going on. So
I would argue
we took the tunnels, and it was fucking terrifying. But
I would argue that that's smarter than going on the highway at night.
Yeah, probably. And also, like, we had flashlights.
Maybe.
It's not like we couldn't see anything.
No,
but the call is there.
I want to say that I am a straight white male aged 18 to 35, so I don't have fear. I use my privilege to go through the alley.
Oh, wow. Holy fuck.
I've never once saw a creepy alleyway. I don't know what you mean. They're just alleyways.
The one place I do regret not going is when we were in Scotland, and we were in that castle, and there was that little tiny door that went to that crawl space.
Yeah, there was a little miniature door.
And
hidden.
It was I'm sure it was just
a nice
an attic.
Door.
But yeah, I wanted to go in it, but I was also scared to go in it.
Yeah,
I wish I would have gone.
Knows what's it? Medieval torture devices from the 1400s.
I wish I would have gone in it, but you couldn't fit in it, so it would have just been a me thing.
I certainly was not going in there at all.
Okay.
No,
anyways.
just to clarify, I do have those intrusive thoughts, and I ignore them because the immediate follow-up is, I should go down there and die.
Yeah.
Because there is an eldritch horror. I'm not even worried about people. I'm like, no, there is a vampire, werewolf, giant snake, basilisk. Like, it's down that 10-foot wide alleyway for sure.
And as badass as I think I am not.
I used to have a boss that refused to swim in Lake Michigan or anything larger because he goes, there is a non-zero chance that there is something huge that we have not discovered, and that thing is going to find me, and I'm just not doing it. I'm not going in the water.
He will be the reason that it wakes up after millions of years.
Yeah, exactly.
Unearths from the depths.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify that if I was a weirdo or not.
Yeah.
So
no,
thanks.
dark alleyways, they definitely make you...
They call to you.
Yeah, they make you curious. You want to know what's going on. But we get to find out what happens in dark alleyways in this chapter.
Well, let's find out.
Let's.
You wanna lead us down there? I'll hold your hand. You can walk
Nobody
first.
else could see that, but I just made a funny face at Jade, and I was just like, this doesn't work on a podcast. Okay, so this chapter opens in a cold, dark alley with a woman stepping into the path of the mysterious man. Now, she's not wearing much. Her nipples are clearly visible through her thin dress. And MM, by the way, I'm going to call him MM because I did not have the ability to type out mysterious man 50 times.
We call him
So
creepy.
he's MM.
Yeah, just call him Eminem.
He smiles to himself. This woman thinks it's for her, but it is not. It's his own incredible nature that brings him these quote-unquote opportunities.
He's just a lucky guy.
Right. They just, they come to his gravity.
Which is such a weird way to think about it, because technically you are smiling because of her.
Yeah.
Like, you are. You're just using your weird brain to warp it.
What we were talking about before. This is kind of cognitive dissonance, right? Where, he's smiling for himself. This smile isn't for her. Ha, 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 ha. But it is, because she caused it.
Yeah.
So, nah. I think his brain's just broken a little bit.
It's just the reasonings aren't exactly the same, but they're very much adjacent.
Yeah.
And yes, that is a vague enough statement. Yes, the smile was for her.
Yeah.
Because if she wasn't there, he wouldn't be smiling. It's exactly that.
And it's not like he's not using it to just,
Exactly.
in the way that you use a smile
Yeah.
to disarm somebody when you see them. He is, it's not like he would have, if he could control it, given her, a gruff face. He's doing it for her.
This is a very small, kind of silly detail, but the thing you just said actually comes up in just a little bit in this chapter. He does that thing where he smiles on purpose to gain confidence.
Yeah.
So it's this is a tiny little weird detail, but it shows his psyche.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not in his... He's conscious, but he's not in his right mind.
I
don't want to pay him compliments,
I don't know what that noise you made was, but it was great.
That was my brain deflating just a little bit.
I hope that the audio doesn't cut that out.
But because these opportunities keep coming to him, right? It always pays to be ready, and he is.
Of course, he's such a badass.
Of course. Now, this woman, she gets real close. She fills his vision. She touches his chest and his chin and tempts him with the pleasure.
Oh.
Now, she is not pretty up close.
Now, that's what he is thinking.
Right.
I mean, maybe he shouldn't be such a shallow individual.
I mean, it's subjective, right? So maybe, but yeah, I don't know what image comes to mind for you guys when I picture this lady, but once that was said, I'm like, this is just not, everybody's beautiful in their own way. This is not that. This is just probably dirty and unkempt and just doesn't really care,
We are not getting to know this woman at a soul level, not
at
like
all.
Rose.
We don't know what brought her here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that your assessment of what she probably looks and smells like is probably correct.
Yeah. And we actually find out here in a minute, right? But the fact that she's not very pretty to him still kind of does something for him, right? This opportunity represents a challenge, and he is into it. He immediately lets the lust take him over, and his senses awaken.
This is like his version of Ultra Instinct, or like going Super Saiyan.
Yes,
Like
that's
he's
what
like,
it is.
yeah.
All the senses come online. It's like your Iron Man and Jarvis is showing you all the extra information, you know?
The hood flip
Yeah.
down, all the visuals pop up. Yeah.
It's just such a weird thing too. He's like, she's not pretty, so this is gonna make it a challenge for me to get hard. But because it's a challenge for me to get hard, I'm hard. Look at that.
Damn, that's nice.
The struggle makes it so.
Be nice if it was that easy.
We actually do get to see. This is a great chapter because we've got 3 setups already, and there are 3 payoffs on the way.
Yeah.
There is a way for people to do that, and we'll talk about it when we talk about Nathan at the end of this chapter. That little purple spell. Okay, so he looks around, right? He kind of takes in his area and he asks about her room. She's like, hey, we don't need one just to have silver. We ain't fancy around here. Just make with the money.
We're in an alley.
Yeah, what do you expect?
It's at night. There's literally no one around.
But, right, he knew she wouldn't have one because this is a warehouse district, right? Nobody lives here. It's very dark. And again, he scans his surroundings. We kind of get lit on to the fact that he's aware. He knows what's going on. But it doesn't say what exactly that means yet.
Yeah, he keeps dropping hints of like, she's alone. Of course she is. She doesn't have a room. Of course she wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's not what this is about. And it's like, it's about sex.
Pretty
right?
sure that's
it's
what
about
she's talking
sex.
about.
This is a prostitute. Like, no, that's what but yeah, he's hinting at something else.
Absolutely.
Well, to be fair, we already know him, and so, like...
We don't know. This is just some dude. I don't know what you're talking about, Jade.
This is the
Yeah,
mysterious
Okay,
man.
It's the
I
same.
was gonna say,
Right.
we know that it's the same dude.
Yeah.
We
He's
don't
a
know
serial
who
killer,
it is,
guys.
but we know who it is.
I think it's supposed to read that, like,
Yeah.
you don't know for sure. Because, like, they don't say where this happens. They don't clarify that this is
No.
still an Aiden drill. This just happens.
Yeah, I guess I kind of assumed it was Aiden.
Yeah.
Drill.
Right.
You're right. They
we
didn't
assume
say.
it's the same mysterious man.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, we have no way to know that.
There's a group of them.
Yeah. Now, obviously, they talk, act, and do a lot of the same stuff. So
Okay,
I think it's
okay.
supposed to be. But just so it never clarified. It was the same.
Well, to keep him focused, unlike most of our conversations, she grabs
That reminds me.
Fuck. She grabs his face and his dick, right? Because she's got to keep him focused up. And she leads him to her office, which, by the way, is a doorway with a stool where she sits.
Yeah, it's just big enough to house roughly 2 people.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
At first, I thought, like, big doorway. But then I was like, no, she's in an alley. There's probably lots of little, doorways with, like, the 2-foot overhang that literally you can squeeze 2 people into. And that's probably it.
It's the front entrance of a bar that everyone has to crowd into when they're smoking, but it's raining.
Ah, right.
It's that.
Where 15 people are like, no, I can still fit. No, you can't.
You guys got room? No, we clearly don't, but come on out.
Well, as if it's not shady enough already, this is where MM decides to say that the smallest he has is a full silver, but he'll give it to her as long as she enjoys it. He wants her to promise that she's going to enjoy it. And she's like, what, you think I'd just do this for the money? No, I love cold, dark, wet alleyways at night with dirty strangers. This is great.
Yeah. Dirty, pervy stranger is my favorite thing.
I am now picturing you, Nathan,
Me?
attempting to woo Jade into playing a game of Magic. But she agrees to play, but then you're like, yeah, but if you have fun doing it, we can go get candy after this.
Wow.
It's not enough. It's not enough that she's playing with you. No, she has to have fun too.
Wow.
But if you pretend to like it, I'll give
Yeah.
you candy.
I do enjoy it. Now you're making me sound terrible.
No,
No,
now
no.
you're making me excited because I'm buying candy after this. A lot of it.
I'm not saying this is a real scenario. I'm just saying that's what came into my head.
This is how that would go
Yeah,
down.
here's the PG
My
version of
equivalent
this
to
scenario.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
offering my wife candy to play a game with me.
I mean, it'd work, but
It would work. That's the thing. I'm totally doing this. And you'll know what I'm doing, but you won't care because candy.
I like candy.
Well, she starts to undo his pants, but he doesn't let her. He doesn't want them around his ankles when it all goes down. Again, we don't know exactly what that is because he's being weirdly vague about it. Instead, he puts his hand on her neck, for guidance. I guess normal enough, then proceeds to crush her windpipe, which is not normal, you guys. I would argue. Hot take here. That's not a thing people should do.
Really
Yeah.
interesting. Let me write that down.
Well, the choking sound would be expected, right? Because obviously MM's dick is just huge. And people will just assume it's business as usual.
Well,
So nothing going on here.
yeah, she's just gagging on some dick. She's not dying.
Nothing wrong with that. Don't yuck people's yums.
There's nothing wrong
Exactly.
with that.
Yeah. Maybe she wants to choke on that dick.
Maybe she's just got a hot need for the dick.
Exactly.
I mean, she's not doing it for the money, she already said. So,
Except that that's not what's happening.
I
She's
know.
actually getting her throat crushed, so we're being insensitive.
murdered.
We're
Like-
being insensitive to this fake prostitute. Jeez, Nate, check yourself.
I know, that's the thing. Never mind. Okay.
Next note.
Like you said, I'll just charge through with
Charge
my
through.
whiteness.
Wow.
He hunches over her and whispers, "Surprise."
Oof.
It was only a few seconds before he heard the footsteps behind him, and this is what he's been referring to. This is a fucking robbery. But he knew that too, right? He also knew that there would be more than one man. This was all just a setup, and he's been wise to it the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
With a violent twist, he snaps her neck and spins to meet the man behind him. He slices that guy from groin to sternum, which is from the balls to the chest. And ow. Anyway, he doesn't even stop. This is a very Richard move. He just slices him and he walks right past him.
Cut with every move.
Yeah.
Cut.
And I mean, actually, Richard's done something similar, but the opposite. He's gone, was it shoulder to hip? Like,
Yeah,
dude, when
he
Richard
did
it.
He did neck to armpit.
Or neck to armpit.
Yeah.
So it's the same like cross motion, but it's the opposite.
Well,
Is that on purpose?
Instead of lopping off a head and an arm, he lops off a head and a leg.
No, I'm saying that instead of
Lower.
instead of from like left to right moving down, this guy's going from right to left moving up.
Oh, wow.
It's the literal opposite of what Richard does.
Oh, shit.
Is that on purpose?
I was just making a dick joke, but
I
you're
know.
on to something
I
there.
know.
That's good.
I pushed through your dick joke, Nate.
As you should have.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you did.
Like always, I ignore your dick. Anyway.
anyways. Yeah, anyways.
But no, do you think that's on purpose, that it's the opposite of what Richard did? Or is it just coincidence? That's just
Well,
a
it says
small
groin
thing.
to sternum. Does it describe it as
groin
the
to
exact
sternum
opposite?
kind of implies that it was straight up.
See, okay, I took it as side to side.
Well, your sternum's here.
I know, but like...
But he definitely aimed for the balls. Richard doesn't do that.
Yeah, Richard doesn't go for the balls.
He doesn't
No.
take cheap shots.
But I think, I hear what you're saying. What?
Yeah,
Do you
I
have a
liked it,
theory?
though.
It might
Do you
I
have
do.
a theory on who it is?
Yeah, I've said I think it's Streffen.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
So that's why I'm like opposite of Richard kind of a thing. Like close but not quite the same. So like same kind of motion but not quite.
Oh, so you're working like the police sometimes do, in which they figure out who their suspect is and they decide the crime
then-
backwards.
Yeah,
from
and then
that?
I make the evidence match the crime. Yes.
That's so you're looking for things to make him guilty as
Yes.
opposed to just looking for all the clues.
Yeah, I don't need any more clues.
I get it. Okay.
It's Streffen. Book 'em, boys.
Well, he moves past the first man, right? Now, he expects there to be one more guy. Normally, ladies who run this kind of grift have two guys that show up behind the dude, right? And then they rob him and everything goes down. But she has three. So there are now two more guys he's got to deal with. He's already dealt with her and dealt with the one guy. I mean, we don't know for sure that he's dead, but I'm sure he wishes he does. So he dodges a knife swing from the younger guy, a kid really, and kicks the other guy in the chest so fucking hard that he basically shits himself. He's just like, "Oh, you've kicked me. I'm out of the fight." Well, the young guy, not liking his chances after seeing that, decides to run for it, which, by the way, makes a perfect target for MM because when you run, your head stays perfectly still.
I've seen a lot of people run. That's not true.
I had the same exact thought. I was
Yeah,
like, does it though?
that's
Because
just-
I don't think it does.
That is just subjectively not true.
Now, I think from, like, when you see a cheetah run, its head doesn't move because it's focused on something.
Yes.
And it doesn't want to shake up the sight line. So I understand how people's heads don't move as much as, say, their hips when they're running.
Right.
Because otherwise we wouldn't be able to see, but it's not, like, perfectly still.
Yeah.
Like what this is described as.
Say the head moves less than as if he was trying to fight him. Like, say it's easier,
Right.
sure, but they do not stay still.
If your head doesn't
Not
move
like an owl.
when you walk or run, you look like you look like a robot.
You're the Terminator, exactly. That's how the Terminator runs. Like, T2 Terminator,
Yeah.
like, he purposefully, like, was as rigid as possible to look like a robot, because that's not how humans work.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, apparently it stays still just enough.
Sure.
And we get confirmation of that with a solid thunk of a knife into this boy's head. So that's fun.
Yay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, accuracy's good.
The guy with the shitty pants gets back up. He's back in the fight.
Yeah.
Sidekick to the nose. Kia! He charges MM with rage. There's a flash of steel, but MM, cool, calm, and collected, just trips him, kicks him again, and the guy screams right when his shoulder pops out of place. He's got his arm twisted behind his back, and all of this happens in like a second.
Oh, yeah, very quick.
This is like, I have not watched any of these movies, okay? Not fully through. But this is like any fight scene I have stumbled into the room when John Wick is on.
With John Wick, yeah.
And he just like, he's tied to a chair, completely immobile, and then 2 seconds later he's killed like 6 people. And I'm like, that's improbable. Pretty sure.
But not impossible.
Yeah, okay.
Improbable.
Same thing here. Like, oh, yeah.
So you think this guy's John Wick?
Yeah, that's what I said. It's
Who's
Keanu
the guy
Reeves.
from Roadhouse who does everything with kicks?
Roadhouse.
Yeah, and
Patrick
he never gets to
Swayze.
Patrick Swayze, right?
Roadhouse.
God.
Well, you know, he's not as good as Patrick Swayze
No.
because that's when he noticed that there was blood.
Oh, yeah, Swayze would have noticed it earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He would have kicked the blood off and just cleaned it.
Yeah, he would have roundhouse kicked it before it got on his shirt.
Kicked the paper towel, kicked the cleaning solution. Ba, 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 floor's clean. 2 more kicks to the face. Well, this blood is weird because the other guy's not bleeding. Sure, he bashed his nose in, which I would argue would definitely cause it to bleed.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere and very, very much. And also, you did slice a man from the balls to the chest.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming some blood came out there.
Yeah.
But he's very confused about this blood, which was weird to me. Unless he's moved to another area and didn't get it because he cut and kept moving. So we didn't really get the splash on him. But I don't know.
I think what we're missing is where he's noticing the blood. Because he's not saying, he says, then he noticed the blood. It doesn't say the blood on the ground. It doesn't say the blood on this other guy's shirt. So
That's
there's a
true.
chance that when he says, then he noticed the blood, he means the blood on his shirt front.
This specific blood in this
okay.
specific spot,
Yeah,
not just
but
blood
he
in
doesn't
general.
tell us where that is.
Okay, Jane.
And we do
Jane,
know
okay.
that there was a flash of steel, too, but it didn't say anything descriptive to let us
Right.
know what actually happened.
Right.
So
Maybe because we're getting it from the perspective of the mysterious man, and he didn't notice it before, so that's why it wasn't discussed.
that's true.
Meta.
Well, the guy tells MM that they wouldn't have hurt him, just robbed him. Oh, and by the way, you're a fucking bastard.
Interesting.
MM slits his throat. It's always good to call the guy names who's about to murder you, right? I mean, not that you wouldn't call his names. I'd be a fighter until I died, I feel like.
Yeah, he's gonna do
Oh,
it
yeah.
anyways.
But, like, you know, you're not doing yourself any... Maybe he's just going to be like, next time you won't do it, and walk away. You don't know that. Don't egg him on either.
Yeah.
Anyways... Then he raises his arms and lets the silky essence of death envelop him. He is death, after all.
Oh.
And he sits there and he does this weird, like what it is to me, it's the weird Joker dance, right? From the scene Joker after he shoots the Wall Street guys.
in the
and
bathroom.
He's just like,
Yeah.
yada-da, death is awesome. And that's what he's doing.
Thanks, I hate it.
He glides up the alley to look at the boy with the knife in his head, the tip of which is just off of center. He's like, damn.
Worthless.
but it does look very delicious. It wants to get a taste. And it's got all the red sauce on it. It's got to be good.
Weird.
You baste your meats, correct? So does he.
Thanks, I hate this too.
But then a new sensation comes to mind. Pain.
Oh.
His arm has a huge fucking slice in it.
Good.
But he's excited by it.
Aw.
He slides his finger into it.
Oh,
and-
God.
No. Next note.
Oh, by the way, I can't just let it go by. I know we're running long right now, but there's a scene in one of the last few books that is somebody sticking a finger into a wound, and it makes me just shudder.
Well,
I can't.
We had that with the... Didn't we have that in the Palace of the Prophets at one point? Because they had to cut each other's skin off?
The peeling.
Yeah, not
That's
quite
bad.
the same.
No, the one I'm thinking
But I
about
would
is
argue
just,
close enough.
it just makes me so
Grossy.
uncomfortable.
Gross.
Anyways, tonight had death, danger, and damage. Tonight has everything. He loves this. He's fucking hurt. Some shit went down he wasn't planning on. He's like in rapture. But still, he hadn't gotten what he needed. He wanted to take his time. He wanted to savor the screams. I mean, what's a murder without an orgy of frenzied stabs at the end? Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, what's the point?
It's not even a real murder unless that happens.
If I can't have that,
What's an
why
orgy
do it?
without frenzied stabs?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Not an orgy.
But look, it doesn't matter, though, if he didn't get it this time, because the voices promised him that he would.
Ah.
Yeah, of course there's voices.
So he's
Of
one
course.
of those people.
Those people, yeah, they tell... Look, just like Toby.
Ugh.
You know what I mean? Just
Toby.
more voices of
If
crazy
he-
people.
If he wasn't the best person, he wouldn't be able to hear these voices. But he is. So he can.
Oh, only he can hear him because he's smart enough for it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
alpha male. MM, he's the mysterious man.
Oh my
Or the
God.
Mutilated... I don't know. I got nothing. I'll work on it.
You know,
He's the Mega Man. He's the main man.
you know who I keep.
Micropene masochist.
Wow. Wow.
Actually, unfortunately, I think we have concrete proof that he does not have a micropene.
Every time you say MM, all I've been thinking of is mother's milk.
Mother's milk, yeah.
Yep.
I like him much more than I like this guy.
Yeah.
Well, they promised him he would have the ultimate conquest. The ultimate consummation of debauchery. I know this is a bad thing intended here, but that sounds like a lot of fun. He would
It's
have...
supposed to. That's the whole
Yeah.
point.
I felt bad being like, I mean, what does that mean for me? Do I get to smoke cigars and blow up tanks and drink heavy amounts of alcohol in the desert? 'Cause
Since-
that sounds wonderful.
Since you've read this for the first time, have you murdered anyone?
No.
Okay, you're a good person then.
Cool. Haha. Like it. We're in the clear. But the voices promised him that he would have the mother confessor. His time was coming. Her time was coming.
They will both be coming.
They will both be coming. Thank you, Jay. I knew you would come through on that one. Very, very soon. But you know what I think would be the ultimate conquest for right now?
No, Nate. What would be the ultimate conquest right
the
now?
best way to consummate
I
this
would
part
love
of the
to have a
episode?
beer.
Are you saying we're going to take a break?
I believe it's time for the beer break.
yeah. Hell yeah, brother.
So, today, we're drinking a beer that I'm actually very surprised about because when I saw it on the shelf, I was like, I don't know how it's going to taste. It's called Trail Mix. And you think, I like Trail Mix. I eat a lot of Trail Mix. Trail Ale. Trail Ale.
It's trail ale inspired by trail mix.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, okay. But it has pictures of
Yeah.
dried fruit and nuts and some chocolate on there, which I love trail mix. I will eat the shit out of some trail mix, but do I
Yes.
want to drink it? I don't know. In this case, you do. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's from Spotzel Brewing Company. They're in Texas.
Yeah, that's
so it's
the other
a good thing that came out of Texas recently.
Wow.
I'm just, anyways, it's a 6%. And it's good. I like it. I can drink a whole bunch of them. It says it's seasonal. That's my take.
I'm upset that it's seasonal and they released it in the spring, apparently. This would be perfect in November. Like, I have trail mix usually between Thanksgiving and Christmas and, a week or two before and after. Not in March. I don't really...
You don't want to go hiking in spring?
For the trail, yeah. Little baggies full of random
I
shit.
guess maybe in Texas, springtime hiking would be best because it's not too hot, not too cold, so it's like perfect hiking weather.
But yeah, there's not like a heavy fruit flavor in here.
No, this is a lot like Perrin Reserve.
Yeah.
We've had that before. It's kind of the same chocolate, nut, fruit kind of mix, but this
Less
doesn't
booze
have...
heavy.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That one's like 16%. This one, what's it clock in at?
6.
Yeah.
6. So it's very much lighter.
Yeah.
It's for drinking on the trail.
Yeah. I dig it.
Honestly, this is a perfect trail beer. And
we'll probably be drinking one in the after show. When
So,
we go off the
definitely.
beaten path.
true, but before we leave the path, out of 5 trails, how many trails would you give this beer?
Sounds like a lot of walking.
No,
I always
we're
tend
looking
to be higher than you two, but
We're looking from a drone.
I'm going 4 trails out of 5 trails.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think this is really, really good.
I'll say solid 3.
I'm going to go 4 with an asterisk.
Okay.
And then down below, the asterisk is going to say, if I was actually drinking this on a trail, it'd be 5. Yes.
Okay.
Context. I think context
So
makes this a
4
perfect
asterisk
beer.
4.5
No, full 5.
average.
Full 5.
What's the
Full
legality
5 for the trail.
What's the legality of actually drinking? Like, I don't know that there's very many places that you can actually.
Don't get caught.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying. I don't think there's very many places that you could actually walk on a trail with an open
No. We
glass
Yeah,
beer.
put
have
it in
to
a
hide
water
it,
bottle
yeah.
and don't say anything. Not a water. Yeah, well, you know what I'm
We'll-
saying.
We'll figure it out
Yeah,
Your own
we will
sneaky
figure
way.
it out
and get
Yeah.
back to you
during
this.
during the break. Bye.
So professional.
And we are back.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo.
Cut 2 from our excitement.
Like a throat cut like
Cut just like,
Like
a
a
throat.
groin.
Yes.
like a throat or a groin or a sternum or a arm.
Cut 2, Verna
Oh.
taking care of a very sick Warren in a cozy little barn.
What?
The couple whose barn it was offered them their bed, but Verna actually turned it down. I just want to... This couple comes to you in the middle of the night. She's got a sick husband, and you're like, yes, come into my home. Sleep in my bed. Breathe our air.
I'm thinking that they had to have said who they were.
The couple didn't come up to them. They came up to the couple.
Right.
And I'm sure she was probably like,
Oh,
hey, I'm
so
with
they
this
were like,
person.
okay.
And then she saw something or something happened.
I'm like the prelate, and he's like a prophet.
Yeah,
so
because
like,
later
Yes.
on, she does reveal that, hey, they're friends of the sisters.
Yeah, okay,
So I
okay.
think she must have clued in on that. And then
That
she was like,
makes
by the
sense
way,
to me.
I'm a sister.
She was
Because I would be like, yeah, I'll
Yes.
give you a place to sleep. I'm not giving you my bed. Why would anybody do that?
no,
Yeah.
That's
barn,
my bed.
barn would be where I tell you to go.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
No,
She's
you,
like-
you go to the barn.
I got you.
So
Yes.
the creator's kind of my bestie, and if you don't want to piss him off, you should let us stay.
I'm not saying
Like,
this
you
will
can
hurt
sleep-
you.
You can sleep in our bed.
I'm just saying it's not going to help.
Yeah.
But you would be in favor
Yes.
of the spirits if maybe you gave us
Yeah.
a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, plus she likes the smell of hay now. Ever
Yeah.
since her trip, she doesn't like being all cooped up inside a house in a nice, warm, cozy bed. That's trash. She wants to smell hay and dirt and grass.
Hey, as someone who
I know that's not what she meant. But
Yeah, I was gonna say, as someone who enjoys the finer points of camping, I would argue that the smell of like outdoors, wet soil and leaves and grass.
Oh yeah.
Like,
no, I'm 100%
I enjoy
in
that.
on that.
I wouldn't want that every day.
I know that's not what she meant. She
Yeah.
was just like she's fine with sleeping.
She
out
also said,
there.
"Hey."
Hey,
Hey,
So-
the smell. Well, and also, we know Warren's sick, so maybe they don't want to kill everyone in the house with the sickness, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be fine.
Yeah.
He's just wizard sick. It's fine.
It's just wizard sick. It's just headache sick, guys. Warren, actually, shit, that's a good point. Yeah, this is not the plague we're talking about.
Right.
This is the magic headaches.
Yeah.
Well, again, it maybe. I don't.
Yeah,
they never
that's true.
They just say he has headaches, but we don't know what the full symptoms of the plague are, do we?
Lots of different sicknesses give people headaches.
Yeah.
So
That part's true, but we know that his are from, because he was like, Verna,
Right. We know
my headaches are coming back,
Yes,
and I'm
he's been
gonna die.
having headaches. Yeah.
Yeah.
he's not doing good at all. And he feels like he's just slowing her down. He feels useless, which, I mean, sucks for Warren. We like Warren. I feel bad for the guy. I really do.
Yeah, it sucks when your body's working against you, when you have shit to do.
Yeah, it's like if you know you need to record a podcast, but you're kind of feeling a little under the weather.
Yeah.
You might feel useless, but the rest of us appreciate you being here.
But then we get emails and comments from people on Facebook who are like, no, you must keep going.
Yeah, and then they crack the whip, and yeah, we keep going.
They crack the whip, and my love tank is full. So onward and upward. And actually, right here, there's a little moment where Verna kind of reflects on this and how Warren brings out her patient nature, because she's a gruff woman, right? We know that about her. She's tough. She doesn't mind getting dirty and being blunt when it's necessary, but she'll take her time for Warren because she loves him, and she knows that's good for her.
Yeah, there's a little bit of yin and yang.
Yeah.
There's also a definitely different vibe. When Richard has headaches, he's kind of a dick. He's like, my head hurts, I can't think, I can't focus. And Warren's just like, I can't help you, I'm so sorry, dear. And
He's
she's
just
like,
all
aw,
sweet.
poor man.
I'm sorry I can't help you while I'm getting proper and adequate rest while you're taking care of me instead of being dumb and plowing through this.
Yeah. So
It's okay, honey.
I think he probably does bring out your patient nature, and Richard probably did not.
Well, because she is so caring for Warren, she says this is fucking nonsense. You know, we just need a good night's rest, aka the barn, so that we can be productive tomorrow. It's very important you get enough sleep so that you can do what you got to do tomorrow, and also not go absolutely insane, which we learned about Richard. And besides, Warren, you're a fucking prophet, dude. You are far from useless.
Yeah, you got talent. You got some stuff that we can use.
I did kind of enjoy it, though, that, like, even a literal prophet gets imposter syndrome. So it's like, oh, I feel a little bit better about myself now.
Yeah.
Someone who's actually tried and true has proven their worth and is continuing to prove it. Even he feels like he's got bad days.
Yeah.
I can relate to that.
I like Warren so fucking much.
Oh, I love Warren.
I was actually thinking yesterday, I was like, I feel like maybe this isn't true, but it makes me feel better. I think that most people have imposter syndrome. To a good point. Some people more than most, but I know that I'm faking it 90% of my time. I'm at work and I'm like, people think I know shit. I don't know shit. I am pretending, and it's working, and I don't understand how.
Been at the fake it part for years, waiting for the make it part to come through.
Yeah.
Well, it's true with anything. Like, I was road captain of a motorcycle group for 2 years, and I faked it the whole way through that. Fuck this podcast. We don't know what we're doing. And that's okay.
It's like 4 years of faking it. Look at that.
Yeah, look at us go.
I think I know what I'm doing.
Here's the keys. No, I just mean
I worked my way into full-time
you
host.
don't necessarily know what you're doing, but as you go, you make it work.
We know the things that don't work.
Right.
Yeah.
But you learn from those experiences.
Yeah.
So you have that, and
Smart
you're older
people
and
do.
wiser.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, let's feel good about ourselves. That's a
Yeah.
good thing. After that. Anyways, okay.
Well, Warren tells Verna that his headaches are coming more often, and he really doesn't think he's going to make it. So Verna reveals that she has hired the farmer that let them use the barn for tonight to take them the rest of the way.
Nice.
They can cover themselves in the hay so they won't be noticed, right? She had mentioned she doesn't want to do like a full-on carriage thing because then people will be inquiring as to who's traveling, which I guess, to me, it's her being on the safer side. I don't think that that's something they'd really need to worry about, but always better safe than sorry, I guess, especially in this situation.
I was going to say, in a war-torn world, maybe.
Yeah.
Let's not forget, she's doing the opposite thing that Nathan and Clarissa were doing. And we said the opposite of Nathan and Clarissa is the smart way to go.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm of the opinion that, yes, this is the smart way to do this
You're right,
now.
though. They are doing the exact opposite of those two.
They are not trying to draw attention to themselves.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's also a little bit interesting to me, just that this whole situation. Warren is the one that, well, Verna said she was going to go save the sisters, right? That's what started this. But Warren was like, yeah, you have to. And I have to go with you. Or you'll fail and I'll die or whatever. And
because he insisted on being here and now he's sick.
Yeah.
And not helping, really.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to make it. But I'm like, you're a prophet. So you saw something. So you're probably going to be there. Like, you're being, like, I get being sick and being like, I'm going to die. But also, like, if you saw it, you're probably going to be there.
Is that how it works? There's no prophecies that outlast the prophet?
No, I don't think that's true. But
that's what I was trying to figure out.
That's a cool concept.
I don't remember if they've established that or not. Has every prophet
No, because they can see things from the past and the future.
That's right.
And
they just don't know where it is.
Of Richard that were written in those books.
Thousands of years ago.
But
yeah, they're not alive. Okay, yeah.
My point is that his prophecy said the only way he has a chance to live is by going with Verna. So,
okay.
Theoretically, he saw a prophecy in his head of him and Verna showing up to go rescue these sisters. So the chances are pretty well on your side that you're going to make it. You're just not having a good time today.
Hold on. You know what this is, though? This is the male cold.
Yeah.
Where you can tell a male, you can tell a person that everything's going to be okay. But when a male gets a cold, they're down. They're on their deathbed.
Even though he's seen the future, he's like, I'm going to die. I don't think it's true.
I know it's a cold, and I've never died from a cold except for this one. I will die from this one. And in 12 hours, I'm going to be fine. But if I close my eyes right now, I might die.
Yeah. You know what? That probably is the vibe. That's probably why I was just bucking against what he was doing. I'm like, you saw it, though.
Know better.
You're fine.
You're smarter.
Fine.
Yeah.
Get in the back of the fucking thing and cover yourself with some hay.
Drink your orange juice, take your vitamin C pill, go take a nap, you'll feel better.
You'll be fine.
Okay. If I don't make it, though.
Well, Warren asks how Verna got this farmer to agree to take them the rest of the way, right? And Verna explains that the farmer had to go to town anyways. He needs meds for his sick daughter. What did it say? She's about 12. And when Warren asks why Verna didn't just heal her up right quick, we're reminded that the gift can't heal everything. Obviously, Warren's situation, you can't just magic that away. So we know that, but it's just kind of a good reminder at this point in the book.
Which, that is interesting, though, because, I mean, I guess we just had it established with Kaylin, but we as readers should have realized this before. No, obviously the plague... Like, we shouldn't just be like, oh, magic can cure it. Because magic is supposed to be able to cure magic, but it can't cure these magic headaches. So why would we think the magic could cure the plague? Like, actually, we have a lot of examples of magic not being able to cure stuff.
Right.
So it's like, no, quit trying to find magic reasons to cure the plague.
Right.
Except that if you had an actual wizard who could actually use his gift, magic can cure the headaches.
Maybe.
Well,
if the need is strong enough, yeah.
But Verna was able to take care of some of the pain in her tummy.
But I just...
Right? So she can do some stuff, but
she was able to...
She can't help... We're assuming it's the plague.
Symptoms.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until your note that you just read there that is what this daughter had. I was like kind of just skimming over that fact, but yeah, she's sick and Verna can't help it, but she can help her stomach pain.
Right.
So these two just came into contact with the plague as well. So now they're going to be carrying it all over town without masks on.
Well, and it's like what we talked about too with healing and stuff. I just know what you said. Motherfuckers. Put it all the way over your nose. Anyways. Otherwise, it's just a chin diaper. It's like what we talked about when you heal somebody, you take the pain into yourself. So like maybe it just doesn't work, but for the reason that you can't heal the plague because then you would take the plague into yourself and then you would be dead.
There's like a subconscious form of self-preservation, either that's coming from you or the magic in you that's like, no, no, we don't want this.
No.
I know you can. We shouldn't.
The gift is actually like a magic parasite that really just wants to keep itself alive. So if you die, it dies, and it doesn't want that.
But a nice parasite.
Well,
a good
symbiotic parasite.
Yeah.
Also, the way that magical healing works is kind of confusing in and of itself because most of these people only have additive magic, and so like they can stitch together back things, but they can't remove things.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
So that they could pump some antibiotics in there, maybe, but they can't like extract the sick.
You could stitch a wound back together because you can create skin.
Yeah.
You can fix an organ.
You can't remove a fever. You could try to add something cold, even though it's not exactly how that works. But like they can't remove the thing causing the sickness because they don't have. Interesting.
Theoretically,
Holy shit.
I don't know.
I think we might need to look a little bit more at that. That's fucking awesome. Then Warren asks if they heard anything from Anne yet, but they still haven't. Verna figures that she's the quote-unquote real prelate, and she probably just doesn't have time for their stupid little problems.
Well,
actually, we know that she's a prisoner and literally can't write back right now, but I would argue that your problems aren't insignificant just because they're yours. Thank you, therapy. It's just not a good head space for her to be in. Like, our shit's not important. Yes, it is. Yes, it actually is.
Also, the back and forth about whether or not you're a real prelate. Like, she vacated her job and she's not working for us anymore.
Yay, imposter syndrome.
Like, Anne is doing her own fucking mission. She is on a leave of absence. She is no longer the prelate, okay?
Right. Listen, Seeker, you are good enough.
Yeah.
You are good enough. Just keep seeking. Just keep listening.
Keep on
and
seeking.
keep seeking.
Yeah.
Keep on seeking.
And to quote...
and you'll be fine.
To quote a comedian / a philosopher that I like to follow, Tom Cardy, if you don't do small things just because big things exist, you're a massive piece of shit. So, do the small things.
Do the small things.
Do the small things.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, she blows out the candle and snuggles up to Warren. They say their I love yous, and they go to sleep.
Aww. What a great way to end this chapter.
Well.
On a nice uplifting note of two people who love each other.
Almost, Aaron.
Oh.
Well, not necessarily. We will end that way, but we've got a little segue before we do that.
Okay.
Now we cut to Clarissa waking up with that post-doing it glow.
Yeah.
She's never slept so good in her entire life.
I bet.
She rolls over to tell Nathan that, but he is not there.
Piece of shit.
That motherfucker.
Story of my life.
Her muscles are sore from the night before, but she thinks it feels good.
Do we know how old she is? Old
She's like 30.
Old people's. Okay, I was getting old
25,
people's.
30,
I was getting
something
old
like
people's soreness waking up. So
No,
I mean,
okay.
it might be just her getting
No,
old.
okay, listen, no.
That's
Please-
but I was
No,
like, but
no,
he was
no, both
Please
of you.
agree with me so I can feel better about
gentle
myself.
on
No, okay,
purpose.
I have pain in
Morning
the morning.
pain
okay?
is real.
What
That's
I'm telling
true.
to you both is that you're men. This is what the problem is with what's
What the problem is?
what your confusion is here. Okay, I am positive that the first time, like, you have sex, you're maybe moving some muscles you haven't, but you usually move anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't spread your legs weird. You didn't have
No.
something enter your body that's never entered your body before. So yeah, after your first time doing it, you don't have weird sore muscles. But for women, that's not how that works, guys. So if you've never had sex before, there's never been a human being that's, the size of an adult human being. Hopefully you're both between your legs, and then also a penis inside of your vagina. Okay, that thing's been just the one size. And if you've done tampons, that's one thing. But dicks are not tampons, guys. So And she doesn't even live at a time with tampons. So yeah, she's gonna be sore the next morning, okay?
Hang on. Wow, we just got dressed the fuck down. Okay.
Any man listening to this podcast needs to know this. I feel like this is education, okay?
I guess from the viewpoint I was coming from is he was specifically gentle.
Yeah.
She wanted to be thrown down and railed, and he didn't do that.
Yeah.
But okay, I understand entirely that things work different. So yes.
Not saying
Holy
you don't.
fuck! I was just like, wait, did I fuck up bad? What happened?
But I feel like most men are like, why would she be sore the next day? Yeah, that's why. Okay?
No, I understand
That's
that.
why.
I guess I just had a different view of the way Nathan did. But yes, even if he was gentle, I understand.
Okay.
Aaron, you're still pretty quiet.
I'm just saying.
You're gonna have to keep going. I'm still broke.
Sometimes men don't know
Okay.
women anatomy, okay?
I knew what you were saying there, and it wasn't ignoring that fact. I was being like, no, she specifically says her muscles, but there is in fact muscles in your vagina.
Yeah.
So maybe that is the muscle she was referring to.
Yeah.
I thought she meant like she had like a thigh cramp
Oh man,
because she hadn't been doing certain movements with her thigh
Because
before.
you're men. That's why you guys think that.
Oh my
fucking-
god. But this was written by Terry. So
Yeah.
he's not thinking of that. That's not what he's talking about. He's
Maybe.
talking about the thigh cramps.
Maybe he's more aware
I don't
than
think so.
you think.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Well, Nathan did not abandon her. He was just in the next room at a writing desk. He's wearing pants and nothing else.
Hell yeah.
And so she gives him a little neck rub and peeks at what he's working on. And what he's working on are instructions for moving troops and an admonishment about the bond to the Lord Rahl. The tone was very serious. She interrupts this by telling Nathan that last night was magic.
Yeah, she attempts to de-seriousify the situation.
Yeah, 100%.
Right back to sex.
He's like, yeah, I'm an old guy. I gotta use what I got. Like I said earlier, that little purple spell.
And let's think about this. So, Jade, kind of to your point, as a man not thinking about the woman, I would argue that it would be a dick move to have magic that could enhance certain things like sex, and you choose not to use them. So that means if Richard has regular normal-ass sex with Kaylin, he is doing her disservice.
I thought you were
His
going somewhere
magic-
totally different.
He should feel the need to use his magic to make sex with her amazing. So if he doesn't do that, Richard's a dick.
Well, I feel like you should be a giver during sex.
Yes.
You should, if you have that advantage, you
But
should
that's what I
absolutely
mean. As a
use
wizard, I almost argue that you are required
Well,
to use magic during sex.
And his magic works on instinct. So
Yeah.
it should.
So does he truly
instinctually-
love Kaylin? We'll find out.
Honestly, it shouldn't even
Oh,
matter about
fuck.
love because you should be wanting to make it good for her because then it'll make it good for you. You know
I
what
would
I mean?
say whether or not Richard's gift is based in love,
Yes.
Nathan's
Yes.
is focused towards fucking.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. He's using
like,
magic every
I'm
time.
gonna make this good.
Everything's a little bit
Yeah.
sparkly. Everything's got a little shock to it.
So far, all we know about Nathan's magic is he's a prophet.
Yes.
He can make gold, and he can fuck
And
like a
and he
champ.
fucks. Yeah,
He's gold
He fucks.
member.
he's gold member. Oh,
That
no.
guy, he fucks.
And I mean, Clarissa fucked around and found out.
She did. And it was actually the high point of Nathan's life to have been with such a beautiful
Yeah,
dress.
okay.
What a
I mean,
romantic.
Oh my god!
Right? Yeah. Clarissa floats the idea that there's nothing stopping him from doing it again.
Wow.
And he pinches her butt, which I argue
Like-
should have been a butt smack at this point.
Some guys are pinchers.
I'm a butt smacker.
Some guys
Hey.
are pinchers.
You can go from a smack to a grab, and I would argue that that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I mean, open.
Wow, so you're speaking for all women.
Yeah.
You're basically doing what Nate and I were doing earlier. You're just assuming one thing is correct for everyone.
So
I'm the voice for women on this podcast,
That's
and
true.
if they want to tell me I'm wrong, I will absolutely take their
I'm the voice
opinions
for
into-
new readers. You're the voice for women.
Yeah.
Nate does nothing.
I'm
What? That's rude.
just the dick straight white guy then.
Just keep reading.
Just read the words, damn it. Fuck. Okay, so he pinches her butt and tells her that he's just got to finish this work a minute, and then he's going to get after it.
Sure, you gotta do your homework before you can play.
He dumps the wax onto the letter. He's done writing it now, and Clarissa tells him that he's doing it wrong, but he says, you should know that my way is better. And she giggles, and is like, yeah.
Of course it is. Anything you say, Nathan.
He just fucking Jedi mind tricked her. You should know my
his-
way to wax is better. And she's like, oh, yeah.
No, he's using his dick to Jedi mind trick her.
Well,
Actually, no.
Lasting.
Actually, no. The fingers are brought up.
This is just yeah, they are. This is just letting you know though how far in she is at this point. Anything
Oh, yeah.
Nathan
Oh,
says,
yeah.
like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they fucked, yeah, they did whatever, but she's like sold.
It immediately becomes her regular. Nathan is home to Clarissa, so
Yeah.
she's full in with it.
And her way or his way is always better. So she's not going to question it. She's not going to be like, you know what? Maybe
Right.
my way is better. Maybe I have an intelligent thought in my brain, and I could like give you No,
No.
God forbid.
No.
The man has spoken.
Just do it with magic, silly. What are
Yeah.
you, human?
Yeah.
Well, he uses magic with shinies to melt the wax, and Clarissa is delighted. And, by the way, super turned on again. I'm getting real Married with Children vibes, like Nathan is Al Bundy, and because he keeps having to be like, just let me get the work done. She's like, let's do it again, Al. Aw, peg.
Do you know there's that joke
Classic.
about when that comedian first discovered like playing with it and how he didn't get shit done that week?
Yeah.
Was that Joe
Yeah.
Coy?
I don't know.
No, that was Rodney Carrington.
Yeah.
Ah,
Okay.
yes.
This is her equivalent. She's never fucked around down there, so she's like, that thing does that?
He does that?
I could use it for that. Okay, she's had some
Nathan,
bad...
we got to do this all
yeah,
the time,
'cause
buddy.
all the experiences... Okay, she's not a virgin. I just forgot.
Yeah, we know.
Wait.
We assumed on the last time we talked about Clarissa that she's not a virgin.
Or at least there's been some sexual favors that
She's-
she was not
yes,
all about.
I think
Yeah.
we
before.
agreed that she's probably had sex, but she's never made love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, there's never been an emotional connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
to her physical activities.
Yeah, so...
Yes.
But yeah, I don't know. I just, like... It's her first time enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
So she's like, hey...
Yeah. It's her
if-
She
first
didn't
time
know
her
it could
choice.
feel that
Yeah,
good.
she didn't know she could have an orgasm, probably. And she's like,
Yes,
you know what?
That's what it is.
You know
That's
what?
what it is.
I want to do that
Yes.
again.
She came for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. She whispers to him that she wants him and that magic finger back in bed with her.
Mm-hmm.
So he uses
I
that
don't really blame
magic
her for that.
finger. No, absolutely not. He uses the magic finger to float the letter in front of him to the door, which also opens by itself. Huh? Anybody get the irony there? Anyways.
It took Aaron.
That took me a second. I
And-
won't lie.
into the hands of a soldier named Walsh.
Hi, Walsh.
We know Walsh.
We do?
Yeah.
Do? I don't.
Do.
I forgot Walsh.
I
Well,
did
you
too.
might have forgotten about Walsh, but we
Yeah.
have met him before. He is one of Richard's buddies. Remember?
No.
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 'Cause if I would have remembered, I wouldn't have forgotten.
No, there was, Walsh. It's the guy that Richard did favors for. Am I off base here?
No, you're probably not,
Isn't this
honey.
the same guy?
You're probably not. I just
Oh, wait.
don't remember.
He
Are you
gave,
talking-
He gave him fuck. What did he give him? He gave him candy to
At-
bring to the
At
lady.
the Palace of the Prophets?
Okay, yeah. Because
I
we're,
think
in
so.
Was Walsh the guy at the Palace of the Prophets
We're
that
in
was
Tana-
like, go to Walsh?
I
we're
think
in
so.
Tanamura now. But that would mean that those soldiers from the Palace of the Prophets would have turned rank on your gang if this is the same guy. And they would now be on Richard's army.
I don't know that he knows that Nathan is who he is. I just think this happens to be
When I go home,
that guy.
I'm going to go look this
Yeah,
up.
I think
Okay.
we should.
Yes.
Because when I read that name, I was like, fuck, I know that name.
Okay.
But maybe I'm off. Maybe I'm off, and I apologize. But I
Hey,
think that's...
Someone will
think
let
we've
us
seen
know.
the
Yeah.
name before.
I know
Someone
they
will
let
let
us
Someone will
know.
All right, so he was dressed nicely and had similar weapons, or smaller weapons, I'm
He's
sorry.
not
Shorter
like a-
sword, longer knife.
He's not a normal dude.
Right, and a bunch of leather pouches. He was big, too. But to Clarissa, Nathan seemed bigger to her.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
that
did. Yeah.
And it does talk about how, he seems intimidating to other people, but he's not to her. And it's just kind of a little swoon moment. She's like, look at that fine-ass man in the doorway. Now look at my fine-ass man.
To be fair,
Who's even bigger and badder looking.
I don't think. I think Walsh is probably a big man in the way that like he's a solid piece of oak, And I think Nathan is a big man in the way that he's tall and skinny and handsome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's lusting after Walsh.
No.
I just think she compared the size.
Yeah, that's not what I'm
Yes.
saying. I'm just saying that in my brain, Nathan has never been like a big guy. He's a tall guy.
He's a commanding presence because of his height, whereas Walsh is commanding because he's tall, but he's also wide.
yeah, he's an
And
oak
also-
tree is what I'm imagining.
And also, Nathan's got post-sex glow.
But yeah,
Oh,
So
yeah.
he looks better to
He's
this
got
morning
wild
than he
hair
ever
and
has.
shit.
Yeah.
but yeah, Clarissa is now seeing the giant balls between his
Oh,
legs, and
yeah.
so he's wider than he was before.
Yes.
Did you gain some weight in your balls? They look huge today. I've refilled, my dear. I mean, he's magic, right? Right?
Additive. Add more.
Exactly.
Do you need to? You know what? Keep going.
Move on, yeah. He tells the man to give the letter to Rybish. And if the sisters start asking what's going on, to tell him Lord Rahl said to keep his fucking mouth shut.
Interesting.
This is why I thought Walsh was related to Richard earlier, because this guy is giving him messages about Lord Rahl, and he's fine with it. But again, maybe I'm wrong.
Okay, no. I think I'm not saying that you're wrong. The way I read it was that Walsh didn't know who maybe he met Richard, but he doesn't know that Richard is the Lord Rahl. If that's the case,
Okay.
because
I can see that.
right now Nathan is pretending to be the Lord Rahl. All of these letters are supposedly handwritten by the Lord Rahl.
Right.
And he just wrote them and is handing them to Walsh and saying that the Lord Rahl is telling him, and maybe not, maybe Walsh knows that these are supposedly from a third party. But
Could be.
But Rybish, who's going to get the letter, is going to obviously think that it's from Lord Rahl and not Nathan. I don't know. I just thought he was pretending to everybody. I thought he was pretending to be the Lord Rahl to everybody.
That could be. I mean, we know he's pretending to be Jagang's
Oh, yeah.
plenipotentiary.
Well, in the other
Plenipotentiary?
town.
No, still
Is this the same town?
This is the same. This is the
I
next
figured
morning.
this. Oh yeah, this has got to be the same.
Yeah.
town. Yeah. So Walsh knows something that everyone else doesn't. He's
Yes.
in on the secret.
He's in on something,
Okay.
I'm thinking.
Or he he has to be, because why would he think
Why would
that
he give anything to Rybish?
Why would
Where
he
did
think,
Walsh come from?
Yeah, why would he think that Nathan, who is known to the town as a person from Jagang, a minion of Jagang, would have letters from the Lord Rahl? That's weird. So yes, maybe plot hole, or we're missing something.
Well, I don't actually think we're missing something.
Or this
because
is a breadcrumb for us to refer back to
Yeah.
later.
and it's something just coming up now. Nathan asks about the others. Apparently, Nathan is not just pretending to be Jagang's right-hand man. He's acting as a spy master for Richard, right? Walsh tells him another guy, Bolliston, will be back soon, but he's pretty sure what he was watching was just Jagang's expeditionary force. Jagang is not invading anything just yet. He's waiting. Normally, the job of a group like this is to steal books and get information. So, like, all that info kind of tracks, that they're not going anywhere. They're just kind of hanging out. Jagang is getting info. He's gaining momentum, and yeah, probably eventually he's going to move north, but for right now, he's just getting all of his eggs in fucking order. Right?
Yeah.
So all this info does track to what we know already.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
But it will be a while. So all Nathan has to do is just enjoy the wait. And he will.
Yeah, doing what, I wonder? Or should I say, doing who?
Oh!
I guess my only question about it, the only thing that makes me confused, is whether or not Walsh is aware that who Walsh thinks Nathan is, and what all does he know that he's pretending to be? Does he know that he is pretending to be a minion for Jagang or not? And does he know that he's not actually the Lord Rahl?
I think if he is in on something, then he's aware at least there's a situation going on with Nathan. I think if he's working for the good side, he may not necessarily know exactly who Nathan is, but he knows he's fighting for the New World. So, like, he's on that team regardless. He may not have all of the info, but he's seen a couple of Nathan's cards at least.
Okay.
He looks at Walsh and says, by the way, people can't see thumbs up on a audio.
Yeah, Aaron.
It's fine. He's just like, yeah, we're good. Thumbs up.
I was letting you know I agreed with you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, the podcast thinks that nobody cared because you didn't answer.
I don't care about the podcast.
Oh, well, it's time
I'm
for
sorry,
you to go,
listeners.
sir.
I'm sorry that you had to hear that blatant disregard for your feelings.
No,
We're going to
know.
pause real quick and
They
give
know.
Aaron an attitude adjustment.
They know that
They
wasn't
know.
true.
Well, he looks at Walsh and says, it's about time you fucked off, right? Because I'm in here with this beautiful lady and you're wasting my time, so get to stepping.
Take the letters and go.
Walsh glances at Clarissa, puts two and two together, and then instead of being like, yeah, I'm out of here, he stops and waxes poetic about how Nathan is a man after his own heart because he's in a hotel room with a pretty lady.
It's so weird. That is so weird.
And Nathan leans in. He's just like, yes. Love, matters of the heart. It's one of life's wonders. And Clarissa just could not be. She just squirts with pride.
Gross.
See, I read that
All over the place.
I read that a little bit different. I got the vibe that Nathan was saying that is like in a cheeky way. Like, yeah, matters of the heart. For her, maybe.
With a lot of eyebrow.
Just another Tuesday for me, bud.
How awkward is that? Like, you're in a hotel room, right? With you and your significant, your banging partner, and you there's a business dude who comes in, and you're like, here's some letters, I need you to deliver them, and then you all just stand around kind of awkward, and eventually like, okay, probably about time for you to go, right, bud? And they're like, they look at your woman there, and they're like, a man after my own heart. Excuse me?
Yeah.
What?
Inappropriate. No. Get to step in.
First of all, no, I'm not after your own heart. And also, what?
Do it, aren't you? Yeah. Yeah, we are.
That's
Please
a weird
leave.
way to say it.
High
A man
five.
after my own heart? What do you mean? No, I'm not, first of all. And second of all, why does that, like, tenderize your
Wait.
heart or make you turn, like, that's weird. You're a
is-
weird person. You're weird now.
Is Walsh hitting on Nathan?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. That's a weird comment.
Is he like, hey, you look good, just saying. With the long
oh, look
hair.
how romantic you
yeah.
are. You're a man after my own heart.
I
No?
have been told
What?
there's a golden rule, and that it's okay if it's in a three-way. So when a
Did you
honey,
hear how fast he was on that, though?
when a honey's in the middle, there's some leeway. Everything's great in a 1, 2, 3-way.
He looks like he's looking at you for confirmation, and he really wants you to say
No, I'm
yes.
trying to figure out if you know what I'm referencing, and I don't think
I
you
have
do.
no idea what
I
you're
have something to
referencing.
show you after this, and I'll post it in Discord.
Good.
I'll even post it. I'll post it. Everyone can enjoy.
I mean, look, I'm spoken for, but if you want to make sandwiches, Aaron, I say you throw whatever into that mix you want, you know?
Wow.
Go for it, buddy.
Nope, this is something different.
Okay.
Read the note.
Well, Walsh tells Nathan to be careful, and Nathan tells him to make sure that letter gets delivered. Look, I don't care if you're careful, just make sure that letter gets where it is going. but he will be careful. Once the door closes, Nathan turns and has that lusty twinkle in his eye, and he says, "Alone at last, my dear." And Clarissa runs to the bed in fake fright.
What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know, probably like talk. And
Eat?
probably eat chips. Lot
In
of
bed?
chips. In bed.
Oh, what was the...
Crackers in bed.
Crackers in bed.
Yeah, wouldn't kick him out for eating crackers in bed. Nope. I think that just adds an extra element, you know?
I think Nathan could murder someone in bed next to Clarissa and she'd be okay with it.
Yeah. She's full in. Full in.
I mean,
No. Nathan was full in.
I'm all down for like, morning doing it or whatever. My only issue is Nathan was up before she was, and he didn't have food in the room or coffee.
Yeah, he prepared nothing.
Yeah, he's up making letters
He's
and
doing work,
like
being selfish.
you don't have no biscuits for me. Like what the fuck? Get up, call down to room service and be like, bring me up some nice stuff because we are both tired from the fucking, and then we can re-energize and get back to the fucking.
No, she wasn't supposed to wake up yet, though. It's her fault.
He was just gonna oh my god. Well, I'm not gonna back what you just set up, but
I'm not saying I think that.
Write
I'm just
a quick
saying,
letter and pop back in bed. You know?
Yeah, I think Nathan was like, let me do this real quick. I don't want Clarissa to know, and then I'm gonna hop back in bed, and then we can pretend we woke up at the same time.
That never works.
And
the
then
way
she
it's
can
supposed to,
go
though.
get the food.
No, but
I bet you that's what Nathan's thinking.
Probably.
yeah, probably. But that brings us to the end of the chapter. It's
Woo!
another checking
aw.
in with a bunch of different people.
Yeah, I like
chapter.
these. Sometimes I worry they kind of feel like when you're watching a TV show and it was like previously on, and then it referenced something from like 2 seasons ago, and it's like, guess that's going to be relevant again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, Warren and Verna, something's going to happen with them soon, because otherwise what was the point of this check-in? Because nothing happened.
Yeah, they just kind of sat there. And were like,
we found out
we got
that
a plan. We're cool.
They interacted with the plague, but that's what plagues do. They spread, and Warren still has headaches. Nothing important happened as far with those two, but it's the first time this book we've checked in with them? No. Not the first time this book.
Not the first time this book. But what it is we are once again standing above the game board.
Yes.
And just reminding everybody where all the pieces are.
Yep.
Before the next couple chapters when everything converges. And you're like, where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah. I still have that question, though, but that's for another time.
Yeah, I was going to say, we can actually wrap this up because you mentioned all the different pieces on the board, or the map, if you will. Mm-hmm. We've been talking, we have not gone into like full who should be cast by who type things. But
That was mentioned.
it was mentioned, right. But if you have a picture of somebody who you think represents a character, we can use to put on the map for our map updates.
Oh.
And so then, because I know we made a joke about who was Nathan, the guy from Home Alone.
Oh, the neighbor.
It was a joke.
Not Al.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry as Nathan, yeah.
Wait.
But so if you guys wanted to send us in pictures of who you think some of these characters should be represented by, we will send them to the Prophet Carulus, and he will put them into a format that we can use them on the map, and then so that can just be a fun little thing.
Do we know he can do that, or did you just say publicly that he can, and now he has to figure that out?
He made the map.
I know, but
they have.
They all have pictures on them. He could change it.
Oh,
they
yeah,
have
so
to
we can just
be
change. Okay.
They do have to be the pictures without the background.
Thing.
Yeah.
PNG.
But a PNG file. Yes, make sure that it's that, and it'll work. But I wanted to add that in because I want to start updating that map.
Okay.
Now that we have people in different places to keep track of, there are several, and it's hard.
Caveat that by just saying that it doesn't have to be an actor or actress.
No, it can be whatever you want.
Yeah, who in your personal life does this remind you of?
Whichever
Send us
one,
their pictures.
Yeah, whichever one makes us laugh the most, we'll use. No. But all right, that does do it for the chapter today. Thank you guys so much.
So much.
You're
For
all right.
listening. We appreciate every single one of you. And now that you have heard our truth, we would like to hear yours. And so in order for you to do that, you can write in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com.
I missed it. I was thinking about a different joke. I'm sorry.
Or you can follow us on all the social medias if you feel like supporting this podcast, which we would appreciate also very much. You can go to patreon.com/podcast.
ATT!
There she is. And make a pledge of any amount, or just give this podcast a rating and let us know what you think wherever it is you're listening. It helps other people find this show and, gives us a boost. Fills the love tank, if you will.
Again, to clarify, because I appreciate when other podcasts that I listen to do this, the 5 stars does help.
Yes.
The podcast gets promoted based on how many 5-star ratings it does. And this is going to sound weird to say, but I'm going to say it, and I hope you guys know that I'm just being nice about it and not begging. A 4-star review doesn't help us. Like, it's nice for us to know, but instead of giving us a 4-star review, give us a comment.
Yeah, reach out to us.
It's only 5-star reviews that the algorithms look for, which is dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, that's dumb as fuck, but we live in a world of algorithms.
Yeah.
Yes.
5 stars are best, but we do appreciate the feedback.
We
either
want
way.
the comments for
We want
sure.
That constructive
Yes.
criticism
Absolutely.
is lovely.
The
Just
other
put it on a 5-star review.
really great
There you
thing,
go.
really quick,
5 stars. Terrible podcast. Don't listen. Love it.
before we go really quick, I just want
Yes.
to mention the other really good thing you can do that I saw this week is post us in any of the on our social medias, or not our social medias, but
Oh, yeah.
yours.
Oh,
or
yeah.
In the groups, I saw that somebody posted asking about us in one of the groups, and there was a bunch of really nice comments that we have to
Yes.
get back to and
Yes.
respond to because
Yeah.
everyone's really nice.
I know you guys have brought this up, so I'm going to speak for you right now.
Oh, good.
We feel weird self-promoting the podcast because it feels like, to me, it feels like begging. I don't know if you guys think that far.
Feels like masturbating or
yes,
something.
very
Yeah.
little bit.
masturbatory. Yes. So
I'm so great.
We
Yeah,
don't really
that's it.
advertise.
It's like,
it's
hey.
all word of mouth.
yeah,
so
hey,
far.
listen
so.
to us. We're so good. Like that. I don't like that I just said that.
And we're niche.
Yeah, and
Niche.
we can't just post this in general podcast stuff, even like general fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
So, but if you guys as fans do, we would love that.
We love you.
And we'd appreciate you. We appreciate you no matter what, but we'd appreciate you even more.
All the love, all the appreciation,
Yes.
and all the thanks so
And all the
much for
thanks!
listening. And we will see you real soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.